Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the details of this car. This is the new BYD SEALIon 5 DMI. DMI stands for Dual Mode Intelligent. This is an SUV with plug-in hybrid powertrain, but more about the specs and technical details a bit later on. Now let's start with the design itself. Very dominant look. Just take a look at the grille on the front. Then of course the BYD badge here in the middle, and also the lovely full LED lights. They have a very cool lighting signature, as you can see, and these are flickering just on the camera, of course. And look at the location of the indicators. How cool is that? Next up is the side profile of the car. It measures 4 meters 73.8 centimeters, and it's got the unique styling here for the dip pillar, giving it floating roof feel. The wheels are the 18-inch ones with the dual tone. So you see the lovely design. Let's check out the dimension of the tires. 225/60R18, pronounced wheel arches and the side skirts as well. And now let's take a look at it from the rear. Now, before we do that, take a look at the shape of the D-pillar with this lovely design element, and again the floating roof feel. Close it, and now I will unlock it once again, and you see the sleek taillights. They are connected, giving it elegant look on the road in my opinion. And again, BYD badge, DMI lettering, and also SEALIon 5 lettering. Then from this angle, we can open the tailgate by pressing the button here. You see it says 2 times. There we go. And here is the trunk. You also have this convenient like storage area, I would say. Let's put this back. 463 liters of space, up to 1410 liters when you fold the rear seats. This is the cover for maximum privacy of your things. And then also convenient thing is that you have the storage compartments here on the left and on the right, where you can put, for example, the smaller elements. We can close the tailgate by pressing the button. You can also do it with the key. By the way, here is the key. Looks very nice and elegant. And one thing that I also want to show you is the pronounced roof spoiler. Take a look at design from this angle. Next up, the interior. So if we come here, you have the button here. So when you press it, the car locks. Of course, you need to have the key, and then press it again, it unlocks. So very convenient. Here is the design of the dashboard with the 8.8-inch driver's display and the 12.8-inch main touchscreen. Let's check out the seats with the lovely pattern, and also the integrated headrest here. You can adjust the seat here, and then also, before we check the dashboard and the infotainment system, let me show you here the door panel with some lovely materials. Take a look at the stitching, like on the seat. Then the switches for the windows with this nice edge. The door handle also looks very nice and feels nice in hand. And then the switches for the mirrors. Additional way to open the tailgate, and here is to open the fuel cap. The storage compartment that has this section here for the bottle, for example. Now let's see it from driver's perspective. This is the view from driver's perspective. I will immediately start the car. You can start it here. Lovely animation on the screens. So we have the 8.8-inch digital cockpit in front of the driver, and the main touchscreen here, the floating screen, the 12.8-inch one. Now let's change the view and let me show you more details. The steering wheel, 3-spoke one with the flat bottom, physical buttons, which is always nice to see. And then by pressing this, you change the different info on the right and on the left. By pressing the button here, you go into this surround view, which is very useful. Take a look at the car from all the angles. You can also have the camera views, so you can see all your surroundings, and definitely very useful. If you press it again, it goes away. Now here, the 12.8-inch touchscreen, the floating screen, you see how it's positioned here on the dashboard itself. And I really love the design of the dashboard. Take a look at this, at the design itself and the materials, very good. And then also the air vents, for example, take a look at the shape of those. Wireless charging pad, the huge storage compartment underneath this central bridge. So I will show you from this angle because it will be better. There we go, with USB ports, 12-volt power supply, and again, huge amount of room. The gear selector, the start button, electronic parking brake, and also various buttons. Here you can switch between 3 driving modes: sport, normal, and eco. And with this one, you change between EV and hybrid. There we go. And this is for the snow mode. So yeah, there's also the snow mode next to the modes that I already showed you. The key cup holders that are adjustable. Underneath this armrest, you have really deep storage compartment. Speaking about storage, this is the glove compartment. The infotainment system. First of all, I want to show you the AC controls. So this is how you do it. It's on touch, but it's pretty easy to use it. You have this dedicated menu, and then you change the temperature. In here, you can sync it or not. But there's this bar that is on all the time. You can then also turn on the seat heating for the front driver and passenger seats. Now again, the bar that is here all the time, so even if you are in this menu, you can change, for example, here the temperature, and you can also adjust those here. So the things that you have in the lower section, you can then, for example, delete this one and add the seats, or I don't know, ventilate. So it depends on what you use the most, and then you can, add those things. Now let's go to the settings of the car. Here are the settings for the lights, exterior and courtesy light. Lock, you can adjust the tailgate opening height and adjustment for the windows. Audio settings, notifications and screen. You can also have the clock as a screensaver. And there's also the dark mode. And we will put it to auto now. So this is light one. You can also add the adaptive brightness and adjust the brightness here for the instrument, and you adjust here for the center screen. So the instrument cluster and the center screen, those can be configured. Energy, here is the layout of the system itself. More details about specs a bit later on again, but you see here there is also the save mode. So when it's turned on, the battery drops below the target that you set. The system will actively reserve the power based on the target energy you set to make the actual power close to the target. So basically it will keep the target percentage of the battery. It's recommended to turn off save mode in short trip to improve the energy economy. So you see those are the instructions for the save mode. You can turn it on and then set the target. You can also adjust the regenerative braking. You have standard or high, and then also the vehicle settings, bunch of driver assistance safety systems. There's also the steering assist mode, either comfort or sport. And here is where you would, for example, turn off the distraction or driving warning and stuff like that. Service. Here the safety and driving assist systems, as well as parking assist. So this car is really packed with technology. And also we have the system settings. And if we go here, you access this additional menu for the apps. Now let's go to navigation. And this is nice and responsive, and take a look at the 3D view of the buildings. That's so lovely. If we go back here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you have also the Spotify and the themes, so you can change between different themes. Currently I have this theme applied. And also, if we swipe it, you have the adjustments and actually like the shortcuts for various things. And yeah, now let's also check out here the compartment for the glasses, then the lights, sun visor, also smart feature here for the card. There's the light here, hello there, and also for the passenger. The wheelbase measures 2,712 millimeters on this car. Now I will show you the situation at the rear bench. So without further ado, let's jump inside. And here it is. Storage compartment. Then, oh, that's cool, BYD design. Then the air vents that have a very, very nice design, especially when you consider that these are the ones for the rear seats. USB-C ports over there, little storage in the middle. Let me just do this. There we go. So in the middle we have the cup holders there. They have the adjustments here. And of course the middle armrest. Situation for my head, I'm 1.87 m, and the amount of room that I still have left is just impressive, really. Look. So yeah, definitely I'm comfortable here on longer journeys as well. So big thumb up from me. And the seats have this hole, so you can watch through this, of course, when there's nobody sitting on those. And now the technical details and specs. So this is the Super Hybrid with DM technology. DMI again stands for the Dual Mode Intelligent. And there are two options of powertrains, and actually the trims, but they have different battery options. So this plug-in hybrid system consists of the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder petrol unit, 72 kilowatt one, and 145 kilowatt electric motor. Combined system output is 156 kilowatts. Now, if you go for the top version design that we have here, you have the bigger battery, 18.3 kilowatt hour battery, and 86 kilometers of all-electric range by WLTP standard. Now the comfort model has got the same specs, so the same petrol engine and electric motor, but the battery is the smaller one, 12.96 kilowatt hour battery, and the 62 kilometers of all-electric range by WLTP cycle. When it comes to charging, AC charging for both models up to 3.3 kilowatts. So it takes about 6 hours to charge the bigger battery and 4.5 hours for a smaller battery. Car has got the front wheel drive layout, acceleration from 0 to 100, 8.1 seconds for the design version, so with the bigger battery, and 7.7 seconds for comfort, so the version with the smaller battery. And the top speed for both models is 170 kilometers per hour. The charging port is here. So AC charging, no DC charging. Now with the lights and indicators turned on, I'm a big fan of those indicators. Look at the positioning of them here on the front. Then the LEDs. here on the wing mirrors. And now let me show you how they look from the rear, where we have the dynamic indicators. And also I've turned on the fog light as well. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe, as we are now going on a point of view test drive. So stay tuned for that and see you on the next one. Bye bye.